Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the fifth and final heat in advance of the SimRacer Coin 350 for qualifying in the XCAL $2 Tuesday series. Tonight's fifth and final heat brought to you by Tri-E Inc. They build walk-in coolers and freezers for grocery stores and big box stores in the southeastern United States, covering a geographical area from Florida to Texas to Virginia. They are an excellent source for installation, repair, and maintenance. Contact them at trieinc@gmail.com. Once again, here at Lanier National Speedway, getting things set for the fifth and final heat for tonight's race. And all drivers, by the way, will tell you this, will make the field. There are 45 pit stalls here at Lanier. We've got 41 that will take the green flag, or that were, I should say, that were officially signed up, as we're working on the final seconds of qualifying. And the big key right now, watch out, Matt Bear has decided in 4 heats, has had a chance to transfer and all. He decided, you know what, I'm coming off and I wanna pit, and I want the pole for heat number 5. And right now he's currently starting on pole in the final heat. We'll get this all set up for you here. As the checkered flag about to come out, we have 13 drivers that will take the green flag here for heat number 5. Keep in mind, once this race ends, stay tuned for the unofficial starting lineup of the race. Keep in mind, I say unofficial because I am not XCAL. For the official starting lineup, it will be out tomorrow morning at www.xcalracing.com for the 350 lap feature. So we are set to go. Let's give you the starting lineup and how they look. Matt Bear and Greg Holes, the Rolling Thunder Racing teammates. On row 1, row 2, it's Mike Stoddard and Gregorio Emiliano Dorso. Row 3, Chris Spangler, Christopher Johnson. Row 4, Dwayne Robertson and Ryan Seams. Rounding out the top 10 is Logan Jones and R. Hendren, Derek Colston and Jeremy Lotto in row 6. And by himself in row 7 is Robert Colgan in the number 7. Ignore Sean Andrews. He is starting in the back tonight. So we get things all set here for 50 laps. The final 50 lap heat tonight. Tomorrow night's broadcast will be seen on twitch.tv and Facebook/ How to Suck at iRacing. The name should be, though, if you search it up, Suck at iRacing, all one word. I will be on the call alongside Doug Burns for that. 350 laps tomorrow night. Let's see what the purse is set at, about $125 plus. So that should be a fun one to watch out for then. The field currently grids up. Everyone is all set to go for the 50 lap heat. Let's take a look at the weather here. It's been really key in transition. The track temp has now gone down to 79 degrees. It's now cloudy skies, which will definitely mean the track is a lot more faster. And you have to watch out for this man right here, Matt Bear. Could he possibly get pole position here? We'll tell you who currently has the provisional pole. It belongs to Kenny Tripp with a 14.507 recorded in heat number 4. Again, everything will all be figured out amongst the heat winners, the top 15 in points provisionals, and who gets EOL'd when starts with a strike in the feature tomorrow. 50 lap heat, final one of the night. Who's going to win it? How's it going to be done? We are about to find out. The Rolling Thunder teammates, Matt Bear, Greg Holes, will bring the field to the green. Here we go. 50 more laps tonight. Let's do it. After dark. One car on the wall already going into turn number 3. It's Gregorio Emiliano Dorso as the 29 slides up the track. Chris Spangler gets turned and into the I-10-waiter. He stays in the back, no caution, but we should remain under the green flag, and we will. Tough break for Chris Spangler. He'll rely on a provisional for this weekend. Keeping an eye on seeing if anyone else wrecked amongst the field, and it doesn't look like it. Just Spangler, the only one that went sideways. Meanwhile, the battle for the final spot is heating up between Gregorio Dorso and Dwayne Robinson. Robinson takes a peek to the inside. He wants the race lead away, he wants the final transfer spot away from the 78 as Dorso gets sideways, way sideways, and keeps the car straight. Nice save by the 78. Logan Jones up to 6th. Derek Colson, Gregorio Dorso in the wall once again. This is the only heat, by the way, that he's been in today. So keep that in mind. He's really struggling early on in that 78 machine. Meanwhile, Robinson's been able to increase the gap on Colson. Gap now over a second. As Matt Bear continues to lead, we'll get you posted on his fastest lap. It is a 14.56. That would put him in second spot, so on the outside front row. Greg Holes currently his fastest lap just hit at a 14.54. We'll actually pot up the best lap time here on your screen so you can see where they are standing right now. I have a 14.53 now by Matt Bear and Greg Holes. Bear would still be second for the 14.53 for Holes. That would put him about 6th right now on the starting lineup. Mike Stoddard currently running in the 3rd position of 14.6. That would put him about 12th on the starting lineup as we speak. Christopher Johnson currently running 4th. Remember, Austin Edwards will drive that car. Edwards already put the 18, which Johnson will be racing later on this tomorrow night. That's already in the show. That was until heat 5, 3rd fastest amongst that. Johnson currently running 4th. Best lap time is a 14.57. That would put Edwards in a 16th starting position. And then Dwayne Robinson currently holding the final transfer spot with a 14.57. That would put him in 21st, but keep in mind, because he did not make minimum practice, he would start at the end of the longest line. We had a crash just occur from Art Hendren in the 21. Looks like no yellow. We should remain green off of that situation. Meanwhile, the Rolling Thunder drivers working together. Matt Bear and Greg Holes still a 14.53. If Bear wants the pole, he has to get to a 14.49. That's going to be very tough, though. Kenny Tripp had a 14.507 in qualifying in heat number 4, but that's the battle for the race lead and for a spot in the top 5. Gap about a car length between the two teammates. If I'm car owner Aaron Hillebush, I'm probably thinking right now, don't race each other. You guys are in good positions as we speak, because Bear would be starting in 2nd spot. Holes would start in 6th, so that's 2 drivers inside the top 10. 3 other drivers as well, if you count Luke Turpin, who as of right now coming into heat 5 would be 2nd, or excuse me, would be 3rd now. 2nd coming on in, but Bear has overtaken Turpin for that spot. They're catching up on to Art Hendren right now. Lap traffic. Caution-free race so far in heat number 5. Longest green flag start we've had so far in the heats today. Everything's lasted either 1 or 2 laps before the first yellow came out, as I think Hendren scraped the wall once again. If you look closely, you can see he had some right side damage to his number 21 street stock. And there it is on your screen. You can see the paint scuffs there as the leaders approach. The gap, meanwhile, 3 seconds to the driver in 3rd. That's Christopher Johnson, who is past Mike Stoddard now. Johnson's lap time currently a 14.57. That's definitely what Austin Edwards wants to see. It would put the 66 11th on the grid provisionally for right now. With Stoddard being back at a 14.6, that would put him currently in 16th on the grid. And now the battle for 3rd heating up between these 2 drivers. Stoddard's got it. Johnson would fall back to 16th. As for Stoddard, the 14.6 would be very close. It would put him back to 12th on the starting lineup. And now Dwayne Robinson is looking for a spot. He's going for fourth here on Christopher Johnson. He's got that, and meanwhile, Derek Colson is closing in on the top 5. Imagine if Derek Colson could start in the top 25 after missing last week, ending a 42 start streak for the driver of the number 5. As that battle is heating up for fourth position on track, Robinson stays back in 5th. Johnson goes into 4th. Great side-by-side duel there. Contact as the 66 washes up the track. And now Colson joins in on this party, and he pumps the 14. Robinson up the track. Colson makes the pass here for 5th. Can he get this? Not just yet. He's got the wheel inside, though, on Robinson. Now, this is a great battle here for the final transfer spot. Remember, all drivers make it. This is just to try and further their position up on the grid. Update you back up front here. The battle for the lead heating up between Matt Bear and Greg Holz. Quarter of a second gap between the top 2. Very good battle happening for the race lead as we are now at the halfway point in the final heat. Mike Stoddard by himself, currently running in 3rd. Same with Johnson in 4th. And here we go for 5th. Derek Colson inside on Dwayne Robinson, and Colson's got it. Now we look at his fastest lap time. That's a 14.6. That would put him 21st on the lineup. And now Robinson's falling back. Here comes Dorso inside for position number 6 with Seams and Colgan in the mix-up too. 22 laps to go, and Dorson with a damaged right side makes his way up to 6th. A tough break for Robinson. He falls back, and I mean back. That's a good battle. Let's go back to the battle for the race lead between Bear and Holz. Still at a 14.53. If you look at it specifically, a 14.533. Look at the best laps. 1/1000th of a second off. These two really have the same setup in play here as we speak. The gap between Bear and Tripp currently 0.03 of a second. Bear really should have, in my opinion, if I was Matt Bear, I probably would have used the tires up to start the race, but at the same time, who knows what Greg Holz is doing. He's probably saving too, helping out Bear. Oh, Bear got the wall. Bear got the wall on the exit of 4, and Holz does not capitalize. Now Holz tries to take a look on the outside here for the lead. Off of turn 2. Holz has a run on the outside, but Bear all the way down to the bottom clears the 61. Matt Bear in the lead, but Holz tries to cross over here into turn 1. Ooh, jammed on the brakes there, and look at the rotors glowing there. So doesn't make any contact with Bear. Didn't want to drive it in too deep. I don't blame him for doing that. Let's go back to 5th. It's Derek Colson by himself with Gregorio Emiliano Dorso in 6th. Stoddard by himself in 3rd, and same with Johnson in 4th position. Back to that battle for the lead between the two teammates. Matt Bear in the HTSAI butt kickers XCAL street stock, and Holz in the XCAL street stock as well. Holz, by the way, leading the K2 rankings when it comes to who's nice and who's a bad boy on the track. And Holz now scrapes the wall, gets a taste of Bear's medicine. Lap traffic approaching. That's Jeremy Leto in the 17. Those drivers are coming up too with 12 laps to go. Holz almost had a run to the bottom for the race lead, but couldn't get there. Now possibly the bump and run coming from the 19. Coming to the 19, but I don't think Holz would want to do that as a teammate. And now Holz thought about looking on the outside, possibly a crossover here. We come to 11 laps to go now at Lanier in the final heat race of the night before the SimRacer Coin 350 tomorrow night. Your best battle on track, and it's for the race lead and for a top 5 starting spot in tomorrow night's feature. Both these drivers, whoever wins, would start in 2nd in the feature tomorrow night unless they can get a 14.49. They're stuck at a 14.53 for right now, and Holz is all over the back bumper. Great battle happening. Now Holes lost a little bit of time there compared to Bear. As you look at the onboard there from the 19. No question about it. This will be a great battle to the end. Holes stuck his nose underneath, but nothing played off there. Coming to 6 to go at the line. Holes trying to diamond the corner here off of turn 4. Nothing working to fruition just yet for Greg Holes, as the Rolling Thunder teammates are duking it out for the Heat 5 win. Turpin won Heat 3 earlier tonight. Which Rolling Thunder car will it be? 5 laps to go. There's the word from race control. Green, green, green to the end. No more yellows in this race. All situations will be reviewed. And we've got a battle for the final transfer spot heating up between Derek Colson and Ryan Seams. A 14.64 from Ryan Seams. This is the battle for 21st on the starting lineup tomorrow night. And possibly now even 20th, because if you can even consider the fact that Aiden Murray, keep in mind, even though he transferred in through a heat situation, he starts from the back due to MMP not fulfilling his mandatory minimum practice. Now could lap traffic be a factor here for the race win? 2 laps to go here in Lanier. Mike Stoddard even closing in, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 1.5 seconds the gap between first and third. This is the battle for the win. Lap traffic could be an issue here. Here they come. White flag in the air. Final lap of the heat races tonight from Lanier. Matt Bear versus Greg Holes, who starts in the top 5 tomorrow night. Does Holes set something up here on Matt Bear? He tries the outside, tries to diamond the corner. Not going to work. Matt Bear takes heat number 5 in a photo finish. Holes had the run on the outside, but just could not get anything going. And the margin of victory was 0.07 of a second as Matt Bear takes the dub. Your top 5 that transfer in: Holes, Stoddard, Johnson, and Colson in a great race to the end, not just for the battle for first, but the battle for the final transfer spot. Colson beats Seams by 0.4 of a second. We're going to get Matt Bear in here in just a moment, folks. And it looks like we got him now. Matt Bear, Marty in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Great win for you in heat number 5. Take us through that battle there with Holes throughout the entire race.
Yeah, man. Greg was having a little trouble with the setup, so I threw him mine to on his car to run in the last heat right there. And as you can tell, those cars are very close together right there. He ran me very clean. He could have probably tried to get a nose up under there a couple times on me, so I do appreciate him keeping it clean, though.
Let's get the expectations for tomorrow night. I'll tell you right now, your provisional starting position, not official yet until tomorrow, but right now I have you as second, unable to beat Kenny Tripp's fastest lap time amongst all the heat winners, but it looks like you'll start in second. What's the outlook look like from the drop of the green tomorrow?
We're gonna be aggressive tomorrow night. I'm not gonna hang around in the back. There's gonna be too much chaos going around there, so try to stay top 5 all night if possible. I think I'm gonna have a really good car late in the run, so as long as we're there in the end, I fully expect to have a top 5, maybe top 3 contending for the win car. We'll just have to see how everybody else looks.
All right, Matt, anyone you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, man, gotta thank my crew chiefs, Luke and Greg, my owner Aaron, everybody at XCAL that runs this. It's a fun time for all of us to get together every week and put on a show for everybody. So we'll come out here tomorrow night and go 350 around here and put on a show.
All right, Matt, thanks for your time and good luck to you tomorrow night.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is Matt Bear for you. So now before we go, we're going to keep going on here with and just tell you the provisional starting lineup that we have on our end. But first remember you have to rely it based on the fastest lap. So Bear goes a 14.533. That's good enough for second position as he lights them up here at Lanier. Greg Hole's second goes 14.534. That is good for sixth quickest. Uh, for sixth on the starting lineup provisionally, Mike Stoddard goes a 14.597. Oh, that close, I tell you. That close to getting Sean Andrews. That would put him in 12th on the lineup. Uh, and then Christopher Johnson, which is now technically Austin Edwards, gets fourth in the heats. His best time, a 14.565. That would put Edwards in the, from what I have, the 21st position, but the 16th position, but would move him up to 15th, keep in mind, because of Aiden Murray and not making the mandatory minimum practice. And in Heat 5, it was Derek Colson of 14.598. That would move him into 21st and then bump him up to 20th. So here's what I have for the starting lineup. We'll pull up the official results here on your screen too, so you can see for those watching at home. That was the final order of Heat 5. So Kenny Tripp, Matt Bear, 1 and 2. Luke Turpin starts third. Brandon Varney fourth. Octavio Rondeletto fifth amongst the Heat winners from today. Greg Hole starts in sixth. Jordan Baminger seventh. Tyler Jalber eighth. Trevor Birchmeyer ninth. Aiden Murray was supposed to start 10th, but gets the EOL for not making mandatory minimum practice. So that moves up Sean Andrews to 10th. Mike Stoddard to 11th. Patrick Sullivan to 12th. Christopher Johnson to 13th, Chase Johnson 14th, Austin Edwards 15th, Sean Patrick 16th, 17th Tyler Berschelder, 18th Shane Briggs, 19th Kendrick Cryer, and 20th Derek Colson, 21st Travis Sukup, 22nd Tyler McRae, 23rd John Friley, 24th Joel Campbell. So the drivers that make it in via the top 15 situation. So I have 25th would be Blake Wynn, and that is because of being top 15 in the points. That's how I look at it there. And then you go from provisionals. Now, I believe, don't count me on this, provisionals go in point order. So a lot of provisionals are going. That goes to Logan Jones, 26th, Alex Gangler, 27th, PDJ Zeller 28th, Jose Gaudino 29th, Art Hendren 30th, 31st, I believe, is going to Greg Holes, or excuse me, Greg Holes has made his way in. 31st would go to Robert Colgan, 32nd, John Brancaccio, 33rd would be Jeremy Leto, 34th, Gregorio Emiliano Dorso, 35th, Charlie Beals. Trying to think who else here. Chris Spangler would go up to 36th. That's what I have. And then drivers getting EOLs. What I have on my end, believe Christopher Johnson would get an EOL. Jonathan Schwartz would, Aiden Murray gets an EOL. For what I have. He'll get an EOL. Dwayne Robinson, EOL. Noah Carpenter, EOL. John Schwartz, EOL. So how it should go in that order is Murray, Schwartz, Carpenter, Robinson. The official lineup will be out tomorrow morning on xcalracing.com. Check your emails for that. The feature tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Broadcast time about 7:20 p.m. on Facebook and Twitch on How to Suck at iRacing. I'll be on the call alongside Doug Burns from that. That should be a fun one. 350 laps tomorrow night around Lanier. We'd like to thank our sponsor for the heat race, Tri-E Inc. They build walk-in coolers and freezers for grocery stores and big box stores in the southeastern United States, covering a geographical area from Florida to Texas to Virginia. An excellent source for installation, repair, and maintenance. Contact them at trieinc@gmail.com. SimRacer Coin 350 tomorrow night at 7:30. SimRacing Esports meets crypto and blockchain technology. earn SimRacer coins, buy setups, paints, coaching, or join realistic leagues. Learn more at simracercoin.org. SimRacer Coin. Racing is life. That will do it for us tonight in the heat races. This broadcast has been a production of XCAL Racing, the premier iRacing street stock league. I'm Marty Sakala. Thanks for tuning in throughout the entire day today. So long from Virtual Lanier.